in the lockdown. They have started structures and preparing before we went out of the lockdown. So they were constantly building, and now, how does lockdown? We find that they are 10 steps, 4 steps ahead. Why? Because they didn't wait for the right environment. They didn't wait for the right time. They didn't wait for people to come out and start buying again. They were constantly building. They were constantly hustling. So when you realize that yes, you get a few opportunities, but these are few opportunities left by those who already gotten more opportunities before you. So,
Okay, no, I get it.
yes. So now I'm talking to someone today who feels, hey, you know what? I wasted my time. I could have done this, I could have built this, I could have started this,
Mm,
because I realize that many people today, Zandile, they
mm,
are not where they want to be. And
mm,
not because maybe there are certain people standing on their way, but because of doubt. Many people doubt themselves. Many people have low self-confidence. Many people, they have low self-esteem. Many people have fear of starting. And therefore, they don't know where to start because of these elements that I just talked about. So, but today we are saying you can start afresh. You can take action and build momentum for this year. You still have some months in your hand. You still can finish that course. You can still get that promotion. You can still start that business. You can still apply for that job. You can still apply for that university. You still have time. But how do we begin to put ourselves in a state of taking action today?
mhm. Okay. No, I get it now. I
All
get
right.
it. I get it. Okay. The first point, let me just get to the first point, though. The last part, Mr. Makwana, you'll have to help me here. The universe rewards action. Talk is cheap. The world pays you for what you do. Okay, it's for what you do, not for what you know. Oh, the world pays you for what you do, not
Yes.
for what you know. Very true.
Yes. So, the first point under taking action and building momentum, we must
Mm-hmm.
have this firm awareness in our lives that the universe rewards action. People pay
Mm,
you for what you do, not what you know. My mentor
very
normally
true.
shares this joke. He said, we don't judge a tree by the fruit it talks about. We judge
Mm,
a tree by the fruit it bears. That most of the time, many people are not able to take action into building and establishing that relationship, into going and talking to someone and say, you know what, I am sorry, I didn't do things right. You know what? I misled you, or I didn't show up early at work. I came late. I was not able to submit my assignment. We replace taking action, which can speak for us more, with talking about what we can possibly do. So many times, here's why many people who talk a lot about what they can possibly do, they never get anything done, because they replace the energy they can use to start that organization, the energy they can use to apply for that job. They use that energy, they transfer that energy. Energy is transferable. They transfer the energy of taking action to something else. And therefore, all the time they are playing catch up. They are not able to establish the things they want to establish because they keep on talking and not getting things done. The universe rewards action. Talk is cheap. The world pays you for what you do, not what you know. Knowing is not enough. Knowing is not enough. Until we apply what we know, we are still where we have been always. Until we apply what we know today, we are still stuck in the way we have been doing things. And things will never change in our lives until we learn to apply new knowledge, which gives us new results. And therefore, we can only see progress and success and elevation in our lives this month when we are willing to apply new knowledge. I am a big fan of people reading and watching videos and attending seminars, but at the end of the day, all that does not mean a lot when you are not taking action to build new habits, when you are not taking action to take new elevation stages, to take new action so that you can build new rewards, you can build new results. So too much planning, too much organizing, too much perfecting have stopped so many people from taking action. Too much thinking and over planning have stopped so many people from taking action. And therefore, our point number one is about the universe rewards action. Take action today.
Okay. Go to number two. Build as you go. Arrange certain elements part part as you go.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Build as you go. Arrange certain elements and parts, certain parts as you go. Everything
Oh,
get better with time, right? So
okay.
one of the things that mostly we are tempted to do, Zandile, is that when we don't see a certain thing in place, we want to wait until we have it in place. We
Mm-hmm.
want to wait until we have everything set up. And
Mm-hmm.
we never allow ourselves to take courage and start the things we really want to start. And
Yeah.
therefore, a month goes by, a week goes by, years goes by, and we are still where we are without taking the courage to start before we can have everything else. And I normally, give an example of this analogy where, Mark Zuckerberg, the owner of Facebook, when he was interviewed, and people said, did you even picture Facebook to be the leading in the industry as it is today? He said, the first time we started, I quote, the first time we started, it was just only doing this for our school where we wanted to connect students within our school. We never see it this way. But over time, as we kept on improving it, it has become a global business. They
Mm.
started it before they knew what Facebook is going to look like. So the other parts of sharing, of the heart, of caring, of life feeds, they kept falling into place after they started. You build as you go. In this economy, in this job market, where people lose the job the same day they find them, you cannot be competitive if you are still waiting to be perfect. You need to rise and get started. And certain elements today, they come into play as you are doing things. And the truth of the matter is, some of the elements you think you don't have, you are not having them because you are not in that momentum of getting things done. As soon as you say, okay, no, I'm starting a consulting firm, I'm starting an HR firm, I'm starting a marketing agency, I'm starting my own vlog where I'm going to host different people into these platforms, I'm starting my own homage where I'm going to take older people and build these houses. Some of these elements, you never see them until you are in action, because the certain people you are looking for, they are also looking for you, but they don't know you because you haven't started. They don't know you because you haven't shown up. Yesterday, I was talking to my students in my career development corner, where I help individuals to build their careers, make transition, and also to start their own businesses. I was saying to them, sometimes you go to that interview, please don't make it that is the first time they see you at that interview. Your work should speak for you before you go to that interview. When you go to a doorstep of any business, they should know you by your work. Even if they don't know you personally, your work should speak on your behalf. This is an element of building as you go. You have a certain skill set that you are looking for a job, and you are good with managing people. You can start teaching people on your Facebook right now how you manage people in an organization, how you manage people in school setup, and you start building those coaching classes so that people, when they look for someone next who can help, who can consult for them, then you are the person. So this economy is so open for everyone. I know before you start, you feel like certain people, they have certain opportunities over you. They have certain opportunities because you have not started. The people are choosing them because you are staying there with your idea. You are staying there in your room with that brilliant idea which can change everything. But we will never call you because we don't know you, because you have not started. You will keep seeing people who are not good as you, people you know that you can do it better. They will keep being shown on magazines, they will be all over TV, being celebrated because you have not started that idea. And we cannot celebrate you until you start. You need to get in a position this month and decide, I know I have been stopping on my own way. I have been sabotaging myself. I know now, Mr. Makwana, that everything gets better with time. Just like wine, everything gets better with time. So I need to develop a plan of action. Then I take action. Then those who join me will come on board. Those who don't, it's okay. I have nothing to lose. But I have more to lose if I don't start with the vision I have inside of me that has been burning inside of me. There gets a point in our lives, ladies and gentlemen, where we need to decide. I need to live my truth. I have been doing all these things. Yes, my career is fine. Yes, my job is fine. Yes, I'm paid well. Yes, my relationship is good. But there is this thing in me that says I should start this organization which empowers women. There is this thing in me that says I should start an international business where I consult for people online. Please decide that today becomes a day where you are taking intentional steps to start that journey. You build as you go. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything on. You have to start in order to be great. That's all it takes.
Ah, let's go to the third one, Mr. Makwana. The third one reads, use feedback as your growth compass.
Yes.
All feedback is good feedback.
All right. I don't know, Zandile, before I go to there, if you have any comments you want to share on the point that I was just talking about.
No, Mr. Morgan, you have said quite a mouthful. Kayone, build as you go.
Yeah.
Like to me, it just cements the fact that you know what, the fact that you have thought about something, and the fact that you have actually implemented on what you have thought.
Yeah.
And Kukuri, it doesn't matter how small it starts. Fact is,
Yes.
you're starting,
Exactly.
and the more you start, the more you get to understand that which your idea
Yeah.
better. The more you get to appreciate it, and you appreciate it. It means, Kukuri, oh, okay, this too can be done this way,
Yes.
because just like us, hele, nna le wena, mongwe le mongwe mo lefatsheng, wa gola tsatsi le letsatsi, there's something new se se diragala mo mmeleng ya rona,
Yeah.
mo botshelong ba rona, le di idea le di plan or whatever that we put our minds to and put that into action, they grow as
Yeah.
time goes on. So
Yeah.
as long as you actually put some work into it, it literally grows. Whatever you do, if you make sure you give it 100%, it will grow. It doesn't matter for game.
Wow, thank you so much for that. I'll read comments from Boedile Lorato. Are good morning as I'm listening. Already Maraka Khoro are we are here listening, and then Onkabetsi Mapindani are I got the flight today. All right. Use the feedback as your growth campus. Many a times we focus on, well, I want to start it right, Zandile, so that Zandile ha bonaska ntshega. And that's the problem we do. So
Yeah.
and that idea in our head, the burning thing in our head, what I want to start it right so that batho ba ska batho ba tla reng, you know. Batho ba tota ba reng ha ba bona ke simola go ntsana ke na le tiro hela e siameng ke twa ke itshegisa batho ke re ke simola Facebook page ka re ke simola a YouTube channel. We are moving into the knowledge based economy. So that is the problem. I want us to look at the problem as an opportunity, that as I start this, I am going to leverage on feedback as my growth campus. I'm going to leverage on what people say. I really need people to say something. Now, you are embracing the fear. You are embracing the fact that people are going to say something. And you are going to use that something as your opportunity to get started. You are going to use that something as an opportunity now to play your role. You are not sure about this. And it's okay to be in a platform where you tell people, you know what, I'm starting this thing and I'm not sure about what to take, what action to take, what steps to take. And people, there are so many experts out there, Zandile, who are waiting to consult for you for free. Just telling them, you know what, I started this poultry production, I started this chicken racing. I have no qualification in that, but my heart tells me I can do this. There are people who are willing to give you knowledge that you can apply and you can build that business. And I want to tell someone today who is thinking, Mr. Makwana, this idea really needs me to be in America. No, it does not. You are here, you are having this idea, you can implement it here. There are people who need your solution. The world is waiting for you to do something. There is something we lack. There is something we are going to miss if you don't start that idea. And our feedback, no matter how bitter or arrogant it can be, the research has shown, 20% of what people say is true. 80% may not, but 20% is true. And you need to accept and swallow the pride and swallow the ego and say, okay, if they say it can be done that way, let me take the feedback. Let me see how I can improve that. The feedback is going to build your process. Feedback is going to build you as you go. As you apply for that job, when people say your sister on when apply, apply, letter CV it helps you to put things in perspective. It's for your own good. The feedback you are getting is for your own good. People are not trying to stop you. They don't know how to help you. They share these comments, but so that you can use and incorporate them in what you want to do. You use the feedback, it helps you to get better. While you are on the move, while you are doing all that you are doing, feedback plays an integral role to help you succeed. That is how valuable. You need to take advantage of the feedback. You need to take advantage of that opportunity to get started. And that's what you need to do today.
Oh, nice. Let's get to the last one, Mr. Makwana. Ready, fire, aim. Many people spend the whole of their life aiming and not firing.
All right.
This is very true.
Yes, I don't know if you have anything to share there.
This one, Mr. Makwana, to me, it talks about how many dreams we find many dreams in the grave, or
Yeah,
rather, yes, we have a lot of ideas as people, and I'm one person. ke motho wa go reetsa di-sermon thata, and
yeah,
I'm one person who believes whatever that comes to my mind, not everything, obviously,
yeah,
but I believe gore ha gongwe modimo instills these things mo go rona, these ideas mo go rona for a purpose, for a reason. There's a reason why I would ke nna ke sa robale ka kgang ya gore ke tshwanetse gore ke bule senanne, ke tshwanetse
yeah,
gore ke dire business e ntseng ya. And how we I just say but ke a bona ka madi but ke a go ira e be ke tswahele mo go yone ke re nna ke akanya sa I'm too much for myself.
yes,
One tlhaloganya.
yeah,
So this one it touches tswahele mongwe le mongwe who wants to come up, who's thinking of doing something like it. Yeah, it affects a lot of us,
yeah,
lots of people. Le nna ke le mo teng hela thata.
yeah. Because we have been taught the concept of perfect your moves before you can start.
Yes.
And that perfection paralyzes us. In my second book, Embrace Your Greatness, Create Your Own Economy Today, I shared a song, yeah, Beyonce, on our perfection is a disease for the nation. That, magazines say long hair is good, short hair is the way to go, light skin, whatever, dark skin, all that, the concept of what we perceive to be the right way of doing things, right? And we have all this right way of doing things because they have not been challenged. People have not risen up to challenge the status quo, and therefore we end up being stuck in how the community views certain things. So we end up doing the things not in alignment with what is burning inside of us, like you are saying, what God has given inside of us. We end up want to step in other people's lane, and we forget that we have our own special cause, our own special meal to serve, our own special meal to design. So at the end of the day, we find that we have been loaded, we had guns loaded, everything ready. We never fired anything because we were in a position where we were looking at other people. Wow, look at how they do things. I wish I can do the things like that way. I wish I can be that person. And we put aside our dreams every day when we are looking outside the window on what other people are doing. We end up doing nothing on our part without realizing that just like a spider web, we have an integral role to play. We also, just like the stars, the moons, the skies, and all that, we have a special role to play. And that speciality that we have, other people don't have it. Other people don't have the potential we have. They don't know you. They don't know what you are capable of. And if you just sit there and become a spectator to life, we are missing a lot because you are not playing your role. And therefore, every single day, think of it like a player in a soccer team. You have a role to play. You are a defender. You don't have to be admiring the striker. You don't have to be admiring the fans in the outside, because that's what sometimes we do. We have special roles to play, but we are there in the field admiring the fans, and the fans are admiring you. So we end up not exercising what we are capable of doing. One gentleman shared something, Zandile, when they were launching DJ's book, Leadership 2020, when they were launching it in 2010. He said, some of you, you are sitting in your home, sitting rooms with your families. You are celebrating people on TVs, on stands. You are celebrating them where you are supposed to be. You are celebrating them for the part that you are supposed to be playing. And you are there cheering them up while they are taking your spot. I don't know who I'm talking to today. That you have been celebrating them is enough. You have been inspired is enough. Now it's time for you to start inspiring. You have been reading books is enough. Now it's time to write your own book. You have been listening to Empowering Your Vision. Now it's time to start your Empowering Your Vision. This is the moment you need to ride on. This is the right time. You are alive. And you are not hearing these words by coincidence. You are hearing them because there is a role to play. And like I always say, if you are still here, it means you are still in the game. That's all I had for you today, Zandile.
Thank you so much, Mr. Makwana. Next week, Tuesday.
All right, take care.
All right.